And here's our fiberglass doors for the GTO. The doors weigh, I believe, 10 pounds a piece. The factory door was 120 something. This door with the window, hardware and everything in it is around 20 pounds. So a set of our fiberglass doors will make you about 200 pounds lighter. They are for Lexan only. As you notice, the mirror is gone. The door handle is filled in, but you can cut that out. This is the factory shape. You can cut that out and put the factory door handle in it if you like, or flush that off, do body work on it, and then fill that in and make it go away so it was never there. The ledge is there for the Lexan to mount to. It's in the right position, the right angle and shape, which is rare. Most of the doors we get in from other manufacturers, the lip is just thrown on there. Makes it a nightmare to put the windows in. Ours is in the right spot. We also have a hinge kit that would go on it. It's proprietary to our stuff. Makes the doors removable. There's a pin, you just pull the pin out and the doors will come off. If you want to store them in the trailer while you're loading the car, makes it real easy to get in and get out of the car with a cage as you're putting it in the trailer. Or to steer it if you're winching it in, just pull the door off and it makes it real easy. There's a lip in the door right there. You can put the door panel on. We usually use a sheet of carbon fiber, cut out, profile it for the door panel. And it makes a nice flush mount area for the door panel to mount to. And then the window frame supporting hardware can go up top. Again, you will need to put a piece of chromoly tubing around the top to support the window frame. That's something we can help you with. It's really easy to do. People ask us if we make it. As a kit, we do not. That's something y'all can make yourself, or any competent shop can make for you. There's no reason for us to do it. As you can see, the door is nice and straight. It's also shiny, so you can see if there's anything you need to fix, you'd be able to see it. We're not trying to hide anything. One thing I'll point out is there's a couple scratches in it. There they are. It's just scratches in the mold. It's not defect in the part. The stuff will sand right out. There's plenty of gel coat on it to sand out. When you're getting ready to paint it, there's a couple other spots like that too. A couple there. Again, it's just stuff in the mold. Don't let your painter talk you into, oh, it's all cracked, it's got to be stripped and built up. No, that's bull crap. It's just stuff in the mold. We had a guy come to us to do some work on a car that he was building, and this guy was a fiberglass genius. Well, he said he was anyway, and he offered to build these molds for us. This is what we were working on when he wanted us to work on his car, and he offered to trade out work on the molds for the work on his car, and that sounded like a great idea until we saw what kind of work he did, and we wish we hadn't done it. The quality of the door isn't compromised. It's a great door. Absolutely nothing wrong with it other than the surface finish. There are a couple spots where there's some scratches and things that I can't get out of the mold. But anyway, that's the door. That's what you'll find. Again, don't let your painter talk you into stripping that or whatever. It's not cracked. It's just again, defects in the mold. We cut these holes in the door. This end is to access the hinge bolts that we put on 99% of everybody that buys these doors has our hinge kit installed by us. We have a fixture that we put them on in so they're perfect alignment. One thing about these doors is you can pull the pins and remove them and put your OEM doors back on if you want to drive it. Again, it is a Lexan only door and the wind is not going to come down. It's just a fixed, it's race car stuff. Once again, if you want your street door on there, you can swap them out. The area is here where the factory latch was. You can put that back in. Just trim that out. Drill a couple holes. Gets a little V shape there where the striker would go. You can make a template off a factory door using some tape. You can line it up off the radiuses here, around in there. Make a perfect tape template. 3 or 4 layers of tape, so it's fairly rigid, doesn't stretch out while you're trying to take it off and put it on your door that you're trying to cut, and then transfer the holes in the slot where the striker goes, and it'll be perfect. Don't try to eyeball it. Make a little template. We don't do it because there's several different strikers and latch mechanisms that can be used depending on what caliber of car you're building, whether you're using the factory stuff or some very slim, lightweight race parts. It would affect how that door is cut, so we don't do it. And then this end is cut open so you can reach in and get your parts, the nuts on your door striker. We also cut these open because we epoxy these 2 halves of the door together. The outer and the inner is made in 2 pieces and it's epoxied together. Some guys just mix up some fiberglass resin and do theirs like that. That's how they glue theirs together. We use structural adhesive epoxy. There's no chance of this failing. Other guys' doors come apart. There's issues with them, cracking and delaminating. Our stuff's not going to do that. Again, you get what you pay for. Our stuff costs a little more, but when you get it, it's right. It's ready to go on the car. You don't have to spend hours of blocking, priming, reblocking, and fitting. It's ready to go. And again, just like the trunk lid, our doors have, our fiberglass has a little radius on it, on the edge, and that's where the trimming is. So if you put a door on and it's like, hey, that gap's a little tight right there, if you look and see, you'll probably see that when I trimmed it, I missed that radius by a little bit. And again, it would be minor. Race car stuff, these parts will go on, you won't have to touch them. Show car, street car stuff you're real fussy about, you may have to do a little touch up on the gaps. But again, I can't trim that stuff without your car and get it perfect. And that trimming can be done with a piece of 80 grit on a paint stick or a block. Just a little bit of sanding can shape that however you need it.